Someone explained to me why it's so hard to find a good man that is all about you and only you, doesn't care to entertain other women, and just wants to make you happy. Like, why is that so hard to find? I feel like nowadays, men my age, or at least all the good men my age, are either married or in a relationship. So yeah, I feel like I'm doomed for life.
Girls be like, "Ugh, I can't find a good guy. I think they don't exist anymore." Bro, good guys are at home. Just back from work, sitting in bed, watching TikToks and Instagram reels. Eating and being depressed, asking myself why nobody wants him. It's time for both of you to comment on this video and find each other.
All the good men got played, so now all they do is just work, scroll TikTok, chill, and ignore people. Tell me I'm wrong.
I really hate to be the bearer of bad news, but all the good guys are done. They're gone. The fact of the matter is that all the good guys are done and gone because they're sick of being used, abused, and just thrown off to the side when that girl is done with them. Do girls actually believe that good, decent guys who actually respect themselves are gonna put themselves back into the dating pool after a modern girl of society just used and abused them for their money, their house, etc.? Absolutely not. They're just gonna sit on the sidelines and be single because they are so sick and tired of the modern girls just being horrendous. Like, girls need to do better.
The good men are gone. Not on vacation, not in a phase. Gone. The same men who were too boring, too short, too average, too safe. The ones rejected with a swipe left and a "I just don't feel a spark." Those men went home, hit the gym for 3 years straight, stacked their finances, and are currently on a flight to Bali that she is absolutely not on. And she is losing her entire mind about it. Let's discuss.
If you're asking yourself where are all the good men, according to my Instagram poll of 167,000 men, 26% are taken, 22% are single, but they just straight up don't want a relationship, which leaves approximately 50% of men that are available. Oh wait, but out of that, only 12% of men are actively dating, and 40% of men are looking to date, but they're waiting for a unicorn to come to them. I think that when women are asking where are all the good men, they're talking about that 40%. Well, ladies, the men in the 40% are the men that are working overtime instead of going out and dating. Because honestly, they would rather look at the weather app or check their crypto investments rather than ask another girl off of Hinge how her day was for 5 days in a row. They would rather go fishing with the guys or even fishing by themselves rather than spend another $200 on a first date that goes nowhere. And when these men are not at work, they're probably at the gym, playing video games, or maybe ignoring people, which is kind of understandable.
As a single woman, I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that like all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside and doing exactly what I would want to do, which is like binge a show and like order and take out. Like, why when I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all these like cute men who look like they have their head on their shoulders. They probably don't. Let's just be fucking real. But they're all like staying inside. Like, what I'm trying to do is text a girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of me cuddling into bed and binging all of Real Housewives, let's go out. Because I'm just hoping that one day, like, I meet my husband, like, meet cute randomly. Like, I gotta go out and do that, right? I have to, like, actually put myself out there. I have to actually do my makeup and, like, put on a cute outfit and do that, you know? Crazy concept. But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite. Hey, get out there. Please. Stop ordering takeout by your fucking self and wait for me to be there with you to do it, okay? Fuck, literally, I don't... Probably gonna run into a douchebag. Pray for me.
The data is no longer deniable. Pew Research, the survey center on American life. Multiple institutions across the ideological spectrum. all publishing the same finding. Male participation in the dating market has declined significantly and consistently for a decade. This is not a mood, it's a policy, and it's showing up in every measurable metric.
Women often say there is not enough good men to date anymore, and actually data backs this up. On Tinder, the average guy is liked by less than 1% of the women on Tinder. Think about it like 1 in every 115, which is a vast inequality on dating apps alone. You can compare it to like 95% of the world's economy. I have notes on the screen. If you see me looking, that's why. So why is this? Well, studies often show that women don't just filter for attractiveness, they filter for income, they filter for status, ambition. All these things make up who they're going to choose. Because of this, 80% of men on dating apps are rated unattractive by women. The result is a tiny portion of men getting all the attention. And this creates a really bad dichotomy, where a lot of these men, because they are eligible candidates, don't feel the need to settle down because they have all the options. These studies also show that men swipe way out of their league, which floods the woman's account with attention, so they're more selective, and it's so much deeper than just the apps. But a question still stands. Are the standards rising, or are expectations just completely disconnected from reality?
Here's some tough love for today. You're wondering where all the good men are, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you. They're pretty much everywhere. At work, at school, at home, at the grocery store, wherever you can think of. But the problem is, women are not able to find them anymore, and there's a very important reason why that is. We do a lot of research daily on dating and dating advice and what's out there right now. And what we find is unfortunately horrifying. The advice that's out there that's given to women to be successful in love is ridiculous. And all these women go on a date and use these new tactics they just learned about to be successful in love. And you know what happens? It backfires, because a good man can sense that from a mile away. So let's go back to our original question. Where are all the good men? Well, they're tired of getting foodie calls. They're tired of being friend zoned. They're tired of approaching women and getting rejected over and over again. And they don't want to do it anymore. And some of them are, you know what, I gave up on dating. Just like most good women out there say the same thing. So let's change dating for the better and stop all the games and the manipulation tactics. Good men will not fall for that. Just like good women should not fall for any of the games or the booty calls or whatever it is. Let's do better.
Worth examining what good men actually means in this context. All in practice. Highly attractive, highly resourced, emotionally sophisticated, physically imposing, and simultaneously so available, they'll accept low-value terms. Those men exist. They just looked at what was being offered and concluded their market position doesn't require them to accept unfavorable conditions. Correct assessment.
As women, it is so detrimental to perpetuate this narrative that there are no good men out there. And we all start believing it. What happens is, when we find a decent guy, we hold on to it. We're not evaluating whether this person is a 10 out of 10. We're thinking, oh, this is good enough because there are no good guys out there. And we might be settling for a 3/4 love or a 7/8 love instead of 10 out of 10, the best love that I could ever think of. And women are very powerful. What we speak into existence usually manifests. I do not want to talk about how there are no good men and how it's so hard to find. Not for me. It's a 10 out of 10 soulmate level love. In fact, there are multiple people for me who are on that level, and I'm just waiting to find the first one.
A quick question. Where are we meeting the men that actually want to date and be in a relationship? Because it's not the dating apps. It's not the coffee shops. I've been trying that. I've been trying that for a while now. Definitely not the bars. Not at my age, because they're all like 21, 22. So they definitely don't want to be in a relationship. And I definitely do not want to be a cougar. Nothing wrong with that. Just not my type. I, again, tend to go about 8 to 10 years older than me. I found out even those don't want to date for a relationship. Even they are still figuring things out. Yeah, they are. So where are we meeting the ones that want to date and be in a relationship? That want to date to eventually get into a relationship? That are dating to see if we're compatible for a relationship, not other things. No. I need to know because I have yet to find them. And I've been looking, so maybe I should stop looking. I don't know. But if you know, please let me know. Help your girl out. Where are we meeting the good men? Where are we meeting the men that actually want to be in a real relationship? Let me know.
The good men they're looking for in 2026 are, in many cases, men they encountered directly between 22 and 30 and assessed as too boring, too predictable, too safe, not defective men, as securely attached men. And secure attachment, it turns out, is deeply unexciting to a nervous system calibrated to the dopamine signature of chaos. They chose the chaos. It delivered exactly what it advertised.
Can you imagine fumbling a man who literally only went to work, went to the gym, worked on himself, focused only on you as his person, and was trying to actually build a future with you, and you fumbled that man because you thought you could do better, or you got bored, or you thought something was wrong with him? You're gonna regret that for the rest of your life. I'm sorry.
So I'm just gonna say something, and it may or may not be controversial, but this is from my own personal experience, so take it with a grain of salt. Look, a lot of men are shady and they're gonna cheat, whether it's physically or just emotionally. It doesn't matter, it's the same. You might as well risk going into a relationship with someone that is actually stable financially than going into a relationship where someone does not have it figured out and goes 50-50 with you on absolutely everything, because those men are capable of cheating as well. And if they do cheat, you come out of the relationship with a loss. They've wasted your time. You've also lost money. And moving forward, I will not be going 50-50 with a guy, because my last 3 exes were 50-50 guys and both weren't faithful. Not only did I lose valuable time that I can't get back, especially being a girl and having a biological clock and wanting to get married, I also lost money. And hey, by all means, if you want to go 50-50 with a guy, okay, I just hope that you truly know him. He's not out there cheating on you, even if it's meeting girls in person, taking their numbers and Instagrams, talking to them on the side while he's in a relationship with you, or doing things that is so disrespectful to you and the relationship.
What happened to those men after the rejection? They went to the gym, they restructured their finances, they built on. The cruel irony is that the rejection itself was the catalyst. The women who dismissed them as insufficient inadvertently created the exact conditions for those men to become extraordinary, and those extraordinary men are now completely inaccessible to the women who created them.
Why is it so hard to find a high value man? What do you mean by that? Like, all I want is a good guy that takes care of me. But there's plenty of good guys out there. What do you mean by take care of you? I don't know, like make me feel safe, take away my stress, take charge for once. Oh, I get it. So a man you could submit to. Ew, what? A man who's bigger and stronger than you? Yeah. A man who can financially support the two of you? Preferably. A man who takes the lead on things? Sure. Right, a man superior to you. Ugh, why are you saying it like that? Like what? Superior, submit, like all these words are disgusting. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that men are superior to me. And I'm a strong woman. I don't submit to anyone. But you want to, huh? How can a man lead if you don't want to submit to that lead? How can a man make you feel safe if he isn't physically superior to you? How can a man support you financially and take away your stress if you don't allow him to? You say that you want all of these things, but the moment a man with those qualities comes around, you feel your independence slipping away and you panic. So how about you submit for once and let one of those good men give you what you want? I'll never submit, and you'll never find a man.
You want me to be honest? I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm fuming. I'm on fire. I'm mad because I care more about you than you care about me, and that's how it's always fucking gone! I'm tired of it! I'm mad! I'm angry! I'm tired of feeling so much! I'm tired of being in my head! I hate it! I'm angry! I'm angry! I'm angry! And no matter how much I try to let go of it and give it to God, it's still so heavy. I feel hopeless. I feel humiliated. I'm embarrassed. I'm confused. And I can't ask for help. I'm over it, bro. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Sick of this. I don't want to feel anymore. Feeling's what's supposed to make somebody a person. And I don't even want to feel anymore. I'm just done. I'm done.
Watch the effect. This is not frustration with a difficult dating market. This is the collision between a self-narrative and a reality. And the self-narrative is losing. The I am the prize, I have options, I operate from abundance story ran comfortably for a decade. It just met 2026. The decade is over.
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date?
Now, I don't want to kick somebody when they're down, because I don't know this girl. I don't know the guy that she's talking about. For all we know, this guy was a terrible person. But what I will say is that she goes on this rant about how a normal, regular girl cannot find somebody to date. And with that statement, I gotta say, I highly, highly disagree. We could sit here and argue all day whose lives are harder, male, female, we don't know. There's really no way to prove it. The different obstacles a male has to go through compared to a female, they're just so different that we're never going to be able to come to an agreement on which one has a harder life. What I will say is I'm almost certain that for an average guy, dating for an average guy is way, way harder than for an average girl.
When are women going to understand that they want the top 1% of males, but they're not even the top 1% of females? Just go for the average guy, because you're probably average too. And there's nothing wrong with being average. It makes you more relatable, for one. And two, there's no pressure to pretend that you're somebody that you're not. Go for the average guy.
The standard revision is happening publicly and in real time. Height requirements quietly adjusted, income threshold reframed as ambition, emotional availability criteria expanded significantly. Yet men who remember the original checklist are watching this revision with a very specific quality of recognition, not triumph, just confirmation that the requirements were never about compatibility, they were about leverage.
Why are the most loyal and boyfriend material guys single? This is what I constantly hear from other girls, and I have the answer. I think it all stems that women are programmed to see the ideal man as weak, beta, or sus. And that is why they always fall for the guy that cold approaches them and uses some cheesy, corny pickup line.
I'm not going to say she's completely wrong, because to some degree she is right. But this goes so much deeper than that. So a lot of good, solid people who are single, who have the ability and the tools to actually have relationships and to grow and maintain these things, are single because majority of people are not working through their trauma. They are not actually healing their inner child. They are attracted to familiarity, and they repeat cycles and patterns and generational things. So is there some extent that they're left in the friend zone? They're not given a shot. People go after the toxic, cold shoulder, bad boy, mysterious girl. Yes. However, this is a generational thing, because in society, we are groomed to believe that abuse is normal. I mean, even our home lives, that impacts literally our trajectory for the rest of our lives unless we know how to unwind and heal and work through that trauma. Because what ends up happening is people are a product of their environments, and they go after the toxicity because that is what they know. They don't know anything else. And if somebody knows something's wrong, half the time they don't even know how to fix it or to change it or to what to do to go forward. So why the guys that are loyal and like boyfriend material are single or in a relationship? Because majority of people don't have the capability of putting in the fucking work to be a better person, to be able to establish and develop these tools to be able to have healthy relationships and connections. It's not just women that do this, men do it too. So I don't like videos that go, oh, men this or women that, because this is a human issue. They just might present differently just because we operate differently. There are things that have to be identified between a man and a woman when it comes to certain issues. At the end of the day, we're talking about something that is cycles and patterns and familiarity and childhood trauma, normalizing and being groomed in abuse, thinking it's normal. And I would even go as far to say that even those that are single that would be good material for a relationship, man or woman, probably doesn't have the tools and the characteristics to be able to maintain that. Because if somebody has a crack in their glass, water's gonna leak out. Relationships are meant to expose so that way you can grow and you can heal and you can develop. If you get into a relationship thinking it's all gonna be hunky-dory, or you throw the towel away the moment it gets hard, you're never gonna be able to experience the beauty of a true healthy relationship with somebody who is healthy. So the good men that are relationship material would rather stay single than be in a relationship with someone who doesn't appreciate them, is what it comes down to.
The word forever in the title is not hyperbole. These are not men who are temporarily discouraged and waiting to heal. These are men who have genuinely, completely, and with considerable peace reorganized their lives around a model that doesn't include female partnership as a central component. They did the math. The math was not close.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Oh, they didn't try to say anything. They flat out said that they'd rather be by themselves and peaceful than to be with some of the women that are available out there.
I have to disagree.
Of course there would be some women that have to disagree with that statement because they simply cannot bring themselves to believe that many men, especially after seeing what's out there in the dating market, would rather be single, and they're actually happier being so.
I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, sex, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm gonna call your bluff.
Some women simply don't get it, because none of those things that were listed are actually what brings a man peace in a relationship. And if we're being really honest with ourselves, most men can get all of those perks of being in a relationship without actually being in one. So quite frankly, ladies, some of you are going to have to start accepting that men can be happy by themselves. I know that comes as a surprise.
I don't know if any other girls feel like this, but I can't wait until I am in a situation with a guy where I'm not out of sight, out of mind. I feel like every guy that I've dated, talked to, situationship has always been like, can't see her, she's not there. Like, out of sight, out of mind. And I don't know if I'm the only person that like deals with this, or maybe I'm just picking terrible guys, but where are all of the good guys that don't do that or pretend like I don't exist when I'm not with you? I would like one of them, please. Thank you. I mean, maybe that's all guys. I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem to be that way, but like, where are we finding the good guys? Where are they? What are they doing? And also, if you are in a relationship or a situation where you're not out of sight, out of mind, what's it like? Drop it in the comments. Let me live through you, because right now, times are fucking tough for your girl, and I'm losing hope.
I asked you guys if you would walk away from a bad kisser, and some of you said give it a chance. Some of you said get out of there. I will say I stuck around. Sometimes it's worth giving somebody another chance. Sometimes somebody just needs to warm up. I'm just saying, don't write them off immediately. Maybe it was just a mishap the first time. Maybe they were nervous. Second chance is where it's at. Okay, that's all I have to say. Purely hypothetical though, so it's nothing to do with me at all.
The contentment is the variable that's hardest to accept. The good men are gone narrative requires those men to be suffering in their absence. The empirical evidence is not cooperating. Less drama, more time, more money, more focus. On the specific quality of peace that becomes available when you stop trying to earn approval from people who were never distributing it.
I just came to the realization why I'm single. Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive. Okay, this is not supposed to be offensive, but I see their wives and they just look like so, like, you know, like, not like this, just like, you know, like, I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today. See? Or maybe it's because all of them see me eat sushi after I get out of the grocery store in my car with my bare fingers and drink sweet tea. Oh no. Guys, I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong, tough girls. I don't know. I feel like all of them are like super girly, and all these guys are like, yeah, that's my girl. She's like housewife stuff. And I'm over here like, I own my own business. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm a little spazzy, but that's okay. We embrace it. But yeah, I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because I can't take me seriously. And I just realized that. Damn.
Pound Town talk. If you're in a committed relationship and you're no longer having Pound Town with your man because you just don't feel like it, but you expect him to stay within that relationship and not wander out, not look at corn, not take care of it himself, you're abusing your husband. I said what I said. Like it or not, come after me. I don't care. Think about it like buying a home. You buy a beautiful home. It comes with a wonderful bathroom and a great toilet. And then all of a sudden, 7 months into the freaking marriage or buying this home, they take the toilet out. They rip that motherfucker out and they're like, you can no longer have this toilet. Oh, you want to sell your house? No, you can't sell your house. You have to remain in your house. You have to live in your house and figure it the fuck out because that's your home now. But we're taking the toilet. So don't worry about it. This is ours now. Like, I know that you're like, well, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, Becky. Of course it doesn't. And that's how a man feels in a relationship after he's been with his wife, significant other, for said amount of time. And she just like, oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, my head hurts. Oh, I'm just too tired tonight, babe. Let me do it another time. That man's literally dying inside. And I promise you, he prefers you over any other women, but you're literally putting an animal in a corner and starving it. And everybody comes at me and says, well, that's wrong. You're making it seem like we need to be sex slaves. No, I don't think that. But a minimum of 3 times a week or even 2 times a week, that man would be so fucking happy. So happy. And if you don't believe me, go on my page and read through some of my comments. And I want to start tagging people, but I also don't want to tag them because I don't want them to have problems if I do show up on her feed and she sees his comment. Because y'all are like, I don't even think men should get married anymore. And I made a whole video on that too because women are vindictive little bitches. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Are we opening up Pound Town for the man, or are we just going to continue doing what we're doing? And when I say we, I'm not included in this. My man's very happy.
Strip away the performance and the platform incentives, and underneath the losing their minds content is something genuinely human. The recognition that choices have consequences, that the relational decisions made during peak optionality have produced a present tense reality that wasn't fully modeled when those decisions were made. Real loss is genuinely hard, nobody is celebrating it, but it is real.
If you're one of the young women that are always saying, where are all the good men at? Ask yourself this instead. Why am I attracted to the men that are not good for me? Ask yourself that question, reflect on it, and it'll get you much farther than asking yourself the former.
If you're between the ages of like 35 to like, I don't know, 40s, in your 40s, and you're single, stop scrolling. Is it just me, or is every man in their, I don't know, 40s that you're trying to date traumatized? I'm not out here trying to fix nobody. I already fixed myself. I feel like every guy that I've met or that I'm trying to date or that it's trying to, I don't know, get to know has somehow been traumatized. Traumatized from their divorce, traumatized from their mommy issues, traumatized from I don't know what. But like, where are the good guys? Where are the guys that are like healed and normal and not bald? I don't know. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being bald, but like, if you can pull it off and you shave your head, then that's one thing. But if you're trying to like hold on to dear life, like, no, please stop. I'm starting to think that I'm like so healed that I'm not willing to deal with any bullshit anymore. Like, I don't know. All the guys are like, I don't know.
I don't know. Am I the only one out here suffering? Am I the only one out here with this problem? Can somebody let me know? Also, if you want me to continue on with this and, I don't know, let's start a series, let me know.
You want a hot, traditional wife who actually respects masculinity? Pack your bags, bro. Femininity isn't gone. It's just relocated. No lectures, no I'm a boss babe too. Just softness, loyalty, and polarity that actually feels natural again. The first place, Eastern Europe, the blonde bombshell belt. Think of Poland, Hungary, Ukraine. Think 5'9" blonde bombshells who still believe in being wives, not rivals. 94% of Polish women say a woman's role is to make home feel like peace, not pressure. In Ukraine, traditional wives outnumber Tinder feminists 20-1. Land in Warsaw and you'll remember what being a man feels like again. Second location, Latin America. Cinnamon skin, salsa hips. Think of Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, places like that. 87% of Colombian women want a man who leads without being told how to. Brazil's divorce rate, half of America's. They're loyal, passionate, and feminine by default. She's in heels, cooking, smiling, and dancing all the time for you. No power struggle, just chemistry and polarity. Number 3, Southeast Asia. Loyal, sweet, and family built. Think of Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines. 91% of Vietnamese wives say they run home so their man can run the world. Thai women call you Tarak every single day, which means my love. Anytime before breakfast, lunch, dinner, when you wake up, anytime. Filipinas, K1 visas up to 40% in 2024. They were literally lining up for masculine men who know how to lead, and they will treat you like a king. Number 4, Africa, the ebony queens with loyalty in their blood. Think of Nigeria, Ethiopia, Kenya. 89% of Nigerian wives says, my king eats first, strong, nurturing, and loyal to the core. You don't have to prove that you're masculine. They already know. One dinner in Lagos and she is treating you like royalty. Here's a reality check. According to the World Economic Forum in 2025, these countries rank lower in economic equality. What does that actually mean? It means that they're not chasing boardrooms. They are building homes and legacies, while the West argues who pays the bill or how much of a boss babe energy one relationship can handle. These women are focused on family, loyalty, and love that lasts, not a war zone. Save this post, tag your single bro, because your future wife is somewhere out there. She is just waiting for a man who still acts like one. Go find her.
The honest answer nobody in mainstream conversation will give. It depends on whether the recalibration is genuine or tactical. The men still potentially available are the most discerning cohort in dating market history. They have extensive information and zero tolerance for the patterns that drove them to the exit in the first place. They are reading behavior over time, not presentations.
You know when you really like someone and then all of a sudden they friend zone you and they're like, oh yeah, you're such a good friend to me, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I like you, like I want to do things to you, like that's not what friends should be thinking about each other, like what? And it's so fucking annoying because once you're friend zoned, you're kind of stuck and you can get out. It's really hard to, especially from like a girl perspective. If you friend zone a guy, I almost think it's impossible to go the other way. Let me share a story. I've friend zoned a guy and I've never seen him again. And then I've also been really good friends with the guy and then started dating him. So let me share both stories. For the guy that I friend zoned, we were friends for such a long time and I knew that he liked me, and I told myself, I was like, you know, it's fun hanging out with him, like let's see what happens, kind of give it a go. And we were friends for probably 4 or 5 years or something like that. And I think it was like the first year we were friends, he tried to like be with me essentially, and I was like, let's give it a go. So I was like, fine, why not? We went on a date one night. There were these like beautiful Christmas lights everywhere, and he never kissed me. Like I was so annoyed. There was like this beautiful spot to kiss me, and I was like, inside I was like, does this guy like me? Like I thought like the day before he was being all flirty and stuff, and then I'm like, what? And we slept in the same bed too at night, and I'm like, what is going on? And he never kissed me. So I was just like, whatever. At that moment in time onward, I never had that idea of liking him romantically, because he kind of like ruined that one moment, that one opportunity. And then I was like, that's it. I know that sounds really stupid, but in my head I was like, that was the one shot, and it almost felt like being rejected, even though I didn't verbally tell him like kiss me. It was just like, if you felt it, then you should have just done it, you know? And if you didn't feel it, then maybe it was just meant to be. So that was the one example, and we were friends for like 4 or 5 years, and I basically just told him like we shouldn't be friends anymore because it's not fair to him because he really likes me, and I didn't want to do that to him. So we are no longer even in contact. But obviously I wish him the best, but it's not fair to either of us. For the guy that I was really good friends with, and then started dating, this was actually all out of jealousy. So, and I'm going to be so honest with you guys. So I was best friends with him. He liked me. I said, listen, no, we are best friends. Like, I don't want to do that. Then over the summertime, he goes and finds himself a girlfriend, comes back to school. This was like in college, and starts dating her. I got super jealous and annoyed because I'm like, where did my best friend go? Like, this isn't cool. Like, I'm your girl, what? And so then I had to tell him, I'm like, listen, I caught feelings for you, but I don't want to break up your relationship. Turns out he was still in love with me and didn't even like the girl. It was just like a prop. And he ended up dumping her for me. And then we started dating, but then he turned into probably more of an avoidant, I would say, but he started pulling away and he was just like, this is too easy now. He just like gave up on the relationship. So I had to break up with him. And yeah, story time.
I'm probably going to lose some followers over this, and oh well. My husband is right all of the time. Yeah, you heard me say it. He is right all of the time. I don't mean just like, oh, he was right about something small or this or that. No, he is right about everything. When I was talking about quitting my job back in November, December, and I was so against it, he talked me into it, basically. He was my voice of reason. He is always my voice of reason. That man knows better. He knows so much more than people give credit. It does not have to be anything big. It could be a small situation. But that man is always right. All of the time. I don't hear any females saying that on this platform, or any platform for that matter. Why is that? Why do we not give our husbands more credit? Why? They're smart men. And honestly, a lot of women that say, oh my God, I'm right all the time and my husband's always wrong. That's disturbing to me. That's a weird energy to have. Your husband is a smart man. You might not think that. He's a smart guy. Give him more credit. Let your husband have an opinion. Is that crazy? No, because he's a person too. I come to my husband for advice. For everything. Because he is my husband and my teammate and my life partner and my ride or die. Because that man has a lot of really great values. He has a lot of really good life experiences. Granted, he's 32-year-old operator in the same area that he grew up in. But he's been through a lot of stuff. And I take into account everything that man has been through and everything that his heart and his mind have been through. Give your man more credit.
The boring guy she friend-zoned in 2019 is currently in Lisbon with a paid-off car, a six-pack, and zero interest in her situationship apology text. And the dating drought continues. Water your own garden, gentlemen. The drought doesn't touch men who are building.
Thanks for watching Male Imperium. Please show us your love by subscribing to the channel using the bell icon. We're also up for debate and some healthy banter, so don't forget to comment under the video.